Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So yesterday, out of nowhere, the GPAA, the main guy on their Facebook page, contacted me asking a question out of the blue, and right away I said, yeah, I'd be interested in doing it. We're right now sitting in front of someone's house. Their husband was a gold prospector, and they have a bunch of buckets, or I don't know if it's buckets or it's just some dirt, concentrates of gold from Alaska. And he passed away, and she's looking, she reached out to the GPAA website or the Facebook page to see if anybody was interested in taking it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pick up this dirt, we're gonna take it back to the shop, we're gonna process it, and any gold that we may or may not recover, we're gonna bring it, we're gonna of course bring it back to her. And yeah, I thought it would make an interesting video, and a lot of people suggested to contact me about making this video. So thanks Don over at the GPAA Facebook page for reaching out to me. And yeah, let's go in here and let's get some dirt. So this is the stuff that you're not sure what's in it or anything like that?
No.
It's just dirt that he had. And what was his name?
His real name was Sylvan. He always went by Butch.
Awesome. Well, what I would like to do is take this stuff back to my shop and process it, and any gold or anything that I find interesting in it, I'd like to give back to you, of course. And I'm gonna make a video of it on my YouTube channel.
Okay.
All I would need is these jars, I think.
Yeah. This is Mercury.
Oh, okay.
Dispose of the Mercury.
I can dispose of that for you. There may be gold in that, actually. I could probably process it. And this is all from Alaska?
The ones that are taped, because he flew up, but it looks like the one's not full. I think he retaped it because I thought they were all full. He didn't want to waste a lot of time up there.
I agree. That's the smart way to do it.
All of this here is Mercury.
Okay, okay.
He has...
That might be some gold nuggets in there.
That might be in there. And then this one, the one that's taped in black.
Mm-hmm.
I opened that up, and that's Mercury also.
Okay. All right, good to know. Got some, they might be meteorites or something. They look like little iron stones.
Yeah, I don't know what they are. This was the biggest piece he ever found.
Oh, that's a nice piece.
We found that in La Cañada. These, I think, are all down to gold.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure.
That looks like it might need to be cleaned. Yeah.
I mean, if you'd be willing to clean these for me.
Oh, sure. All right, we have everything laid out here on the table. I've got my electromagnetic, I forget the name of it. I'll put the name of it down here. This is from miningmagnets.com, and this is going to help me separate all this black sand from the non-magnetic material. This is the older version, but I like using it because it's green. It just looks better on camera. I have the new blue one that you can get on miningmagnets.com. Over here I have all the mercury. I've got 3 vials of mercury, plus I got this little one here. I'm not sure what this bag is. There's an extra separate bag in here. I'm not sure what that's all about, but we'll take a closer look in a minute. This thing here, this is a small vial within a vial. So this may be, you know, just some gold concentrates that we will clean up. We'll do that in a separate pan. All right, but first I think we're gonna go ahead and take care of the mercury. So there's possibly and probably gold amalgamated in this mercury. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna strain the mercury through a paper towel. Everything that's left behind, we're gonna add some nitric acid to it, and then that is going to help us recover any gold that may be in here. So we're gonna start off with that. Here I have a small beaker and a paper towel. I'm just gonna go ahead and pour a small amount in here. As you can see, I'm working over 2 separate pans just in case we have a spill. So then I'm just gonna go ahead and squeeze this mercury through the paper towel. That will filter all the clean mercury through the bottom and leave all the contaminants or the amalgamation, the gold, inside the paper towel. I guess I should say in the video, don't try this at home, especially if you don't know what you're doing. Mercury is toxic. I'll just leave it at that. You can see a small brownish chunk. That is what we're going to process. That's where the gold's going to be. These little vials of mercury are super heavy. And you can see this mercury is very dirty as well. That's a good sign that there may be gold in it. We'll continue that process for all of them, and then I'll show you guys the next step. So I think it's easiest and most efficient to use 2 paper towels instead of one folded in half. So this way, when you pour the mercury in and you pick it up, you can actually twist the thing so the mercury can't spill out the top. Alright, yet again I found an even better way. Basically, I just hold it like this and twist with this hand, and the mercury just shoots out of the bottom. Alright, so we're pretty much done with this process. I'll show you guys all of the recovered amalgam, and then we will add some nitric acid, put it on a hot plate, and we'll see what kind of gold we got. Alright, we have our clean mercury. As clean as I can get it without adding chemicals. We just strained it. And then over here you can see all this dirty material. This is going to be gold amalgam. There's going to be dirt in there and who knows what else. So we're going to consolidate this. We'll add some nitric acid. That's going to remove all the mercury and it's going to leave everything else behind. And then we can pan out the gold. Alright, for the next step we have a hot plate here. It's on a low setting. We have our mercury and gold amalgam, and here we have some nitric acid. First I'll add acid. You can see it's reacting already. I'm not going to stick around because I don't want to breathe these fumes. Put that on the hot plate, mix it around a little bit, and we'll come back in about 15 minutes. Alright, we got the mercury processed, and right here, let me zoom in. Right here you can see the gold that we recovered. Pan it back and you can see the gold. That's actually pretty good. That's more than I expected. So alright, we got the mercury processed. That was the tough part of the video, and the most dangerous by far. Next, we're going to go ahead and process all that black sand through the electromagnetic dry electromagnetic separator. Okay, so the process for this is pretty simple. We open the jar, there's a funnel at the top, and we go ahead and we slowly pour the material in the funnel. The non-magnetic material is going to go down into the pan here, or crusty rusty, which is down below. And all of the magnetic material is going to come across here and drop down into this flask. Just a quick example of how efficient this machine is. So I ran all the material the first time and I got this much black sand. I ran it again to make sure I got everything. And I don't know if you could see it down there. I got a little bit on the second run. So very negligible amount the second time around. And I wasn't even pouring it that slow. I was pretty much filling up the funnel and just letting it go at its own speed. This thing is awesome. Okay, these 2 jars right here, this is everything that's non-magnetic. And then in this jar, we have all the magnetic material that came through the right-hand side. So what I'm going to do, since I ran all that twice, I'm going to run the magnetic stuff again, just to see what non-magnetic material happened to come over. So there was just a small amount that came through, and some of it was actually magnetic because I was pouring it through too fast, and some magnetic stuff fell through, but not much. Anyway, this here is kind of interesting. I'm not sure if they're just ironstone or meteorites or something. So they either look like they were in a river for a long time, which is most likely, or they came through from outer space and burned up in the atmosphere on the way down. I think they're just ironstone from a river. They are magnetic. All right, so here's our black sand. We know there's no gold in that, so we'll put that off to the side. We do have 2 jars of material here. Looking down at this material, you can see that it's red. There's a lot of garnets in there. So this is not gonna be easy to pan out. I think we're gonna run this through the sluice box to concentrate these 2 jars down to hopefully maybe just something that'll fit in this little tiny jar. That way it'll be a lot easier to pan. So let's take this over to the sluice box. But before we do that, there was this separate bag with some, looks like light, very light material. We'll pan that out, and then also this little vial here. Not 100% sure if there's gold in it. It does feel pretty heavy, but I'm gonna clean that up for her, and yeah, we'll see what's in that. Okay, so let's bring over Crusty Rusty. Here we're gonna add some water and a little bit of surfactant to break the surface tension of the water. I guess we'll pan out this sandy looking material first. What is this? It looks like a little tiny vial with some possible gold in there. Yeah, that's exactly what that is. Looks like there's a couple flakes of gold in there. So we'll put that off to the side. We'll make sure that we send that back with everything else. Also, in case you were wondering what the recovered gold from the Mercury looks like up close, there's a better picture of it. It's kind of like little slivers almost. It almost looks like when I recover gold from computer parts. But yeah, they're like little needles of gold. So all the recoverable gold, I'm just gonna grab with the snuffer bottle, clean it up for her. We'll throw this in there too, so we don't lose it. All right, let's go ahead and pan this stuff down. It doesn't look like it needs to be classified. It looks like it's very light material, so it shouldn't be too difficult. Looks kind of like play sand or something like that. But looks can be deceiving. Let's go ahead and pan it down and see what we get here. Yeah, it is panning very easily. Okay, there's a little bit of black sand at the end. We'll go ahead and stop right there. We'll pan it back and see what we get here. Black sand. And there is a flake. There's like 2 or 3 little flakes of gold in there. Right there. So that's something we can grab. And the rest looks like black sand. All right, we'll clean this pan out and we'll try out this stuff here. I wonder what this is. I wonder why it has it in 2 separate vials like this. It must be, I'm guessing it must be gold. Can't seem to get that lid off of there. Pan it back a little bit and see what happens. Oh, that definitely feels heavy. I think this is actually gold that has mercury on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a drop of nitric acid to this. We'll clean it up. That's a good amount too. That's about 2 grams, I would say. All right, so here's that stuff that I cleaned up with the nitric acid. So I did a test on it. And the bottom one is 10 karat. The second from the bottom, that is 18 karat. So it is slowly dissolving. It's probably about 14 karat purity. That's a good amount as well. So there is one little nugget sitting over here that I use to scratch. All right, nice. All right, in the meantime, I guess we can run those 2 jars of material, concentrate it down. All right, this is everything concentrated down to 1 pan. So in order to pan this stuff out, first of all, there's lots of garnets. It's extremely heavy black sand, and of course there's going to be gold in it. I did see some gold. We're going to go ahead and do this like 1 spoonful at a time. We can also classify it more if we wanted to, but doing 1 spoonful at a time is an easy way to do it as well. So I'll go ahead and process this. Let's do the first pan together. So basically I'm not going to be panning anything off, because we've already done that. The sluice box has already done that for us. This is all concentrates. So already I'm seeing gold right there. I see a little piece right there. So I'll go ahead and just pan it back so you can see the gold coming down. I'll point it out as I see it. I don't see any more right now. There's that 1 piece there. This first pan is going to give us a good idea of how much gold is going to be in every spoonful. So here's some more flour gold coming down. I know it's difficult to see. All up in here we've got gold. Lots and lots of flour gold. This is going to be pretty difficult to recover, but not terrible. So that's what we can expect to find from each of these spoonfuls. I'll go ahead and process and recover all this gold. I'll just grab it with a snuffer bottle as I tap it up like that until there's nothing left of each spoonful, and I'll show you what we end up with. All right, so I decided instead of panning out all these concentrates, I'm gonna go ahead and use the machine since I have them. This is a gold slayer miller table or a water table. You can get them at goldslayer.ca. The guy sent me this about a year ago, and this is the first time I'm actually using it in a video, I think, other than from the fan mail unboxing video. But this is going to save me some time, especially when you have like large amounts of black sand. This separates the gold. You can see all the black sand moving down, and it's leaving a lot of the gold behind. So all I have to do is take this brush the gold over to this little hole right here. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there's a vial that screws into the bottom of this, and then you can collect your gold that way. Okay, here's the gold that we recovered from all 4 or 5 jars of those concentrates. It's not a lot, but there's a good amount of flour gold here. There's no pickers or nuggets or anything, but this is what we were able to recover using the miller table and the sluice box and a little bit of hand panning. And so we'll go ahead and grab this with a snuffer bottle. So I'm going to go ahead and dry this stuff out, and I'm going to put it in a small vial. We'll send it back. Big thanks to Phyllis, and in memory of Butch, this is Butch's Pay Dirt. Thanks to Dawn over at GPAA on Facebook and everyone that asked me to do this. So it was a lot of fun. We recovered some gold, and I'll get this sent back to Phyllis, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do that. I put out at least 1 new treasure hunting video on this channel every week, and that's all I got for today. Thanks for watching. If you're still here, you're one of the 42% that haven't left, so thanks so much. And also big thanks to all my Major Credit Patreon supporters and channel members scrolling right there. And also, if you enjoyed this video, you're really going to like the other ones linked here, so definitely check those out, and I'll see you guys on the next video.